I like my title better. It was less foreboding.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Ghostfire. We're starting a little bit early today since we got a little extra time here. You guys left off last session on a mysterious island on the plain of Dominaria. You guys kind of chilled out a bit for the most part, kind of licked your wounds. Nietzsche discovered something interesting about his new item that he's acquired. That seems to be a problem. Uh, you guys talked about trying to figure out a way to negate some of the effects of this mask. Um, you guys just completed a long rest, but Nietzsche, yours wasn't much of a rest. You, as you doze off into sleep, you find yourself back in the same room that you just have visited not too long ago, earlier this day. It's kind of this old, dilapidated room, and you can hear muffled voices outside talking again. But this time, when you look down, you don't see like sweaty, clammy hands. You see gray, like rotting hands. Um, as you lay there in the bed trying to gain your bearings, the door busts open, and you see a oddly familiar face. It's a female. It's like rage boiling inside you for some reason, uh, and you hear her start to say, "Josie, Josie, are you there?" And then she starts to scream as you suddenly find yourself grasping her throat, and the scream wakes you back up the next morning.
God damn!
Oh, slept like a baby. Ah, it's good. Good.
Can I like lean out the window of the? Or I'm on the roof, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
if you're sleeping there.
and Runner's not in the building, or he is.
I mean, I think I was in whatever tower Dottie was or Avril was on top of.
If possible, I would like to like crumple up the map that I found and just like throw it into his window.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I can do that.
Ooh,
Ooh, yeah.
hell yeah!
You kind of softball it in, and it floats through the air. The wind catches it, and it kind of flows right into the window. Runner, you kind of hear it go across the ground. You look down, you see this crumbled up piece of paper.
A love letter. I'll go and grab.
Sure. The X marked onto the map near the Isle of Latnam and the Izmir Sea. Uh, I'm going to tell you, you're proficient in tattooist tools, so something kind of stands out as you kind of look on the back, look at the front. Doesn't seem to have anything there, and then you kind of feel this weird residue between your fingers. Uh, Looks like something once was written here, or maybe still is. You're not sure, but it's a weird residue. Looks like some kind of ink.
Can I do a investigation check on that to see if I can figure out? Does it look and feel like tattoo ink, the special tattoo ink we use?
It doesn't feel like your special tattoo ink, but it's some kind of ink. It's a little more similar to that than normal ink, though. But yeah, you can roll an investigation check for me. You'll have advantage on it.
Oh, I love a good advantage.
21. That just makes it. So you realize that this is some kind of magical liquid that has this disappearing property. You think that perhaps something like that would give you true sight or something maybe might help you decipher what is on this map.
Ooh, interesting.
Something with some kind of revealing effects might do the trick.
Is there a magical element to the ink? If I use detect magic or something like that, would that work?
Yeah, if you use detect magic, you can clearly tell that there's illusion magic emanating from this map, specifically on the backside.
Okay, I'll flip the map over, make sure I smooth it out as much as possible, and then I'll ritual cast detect magic on it.
Yeah, so it definitely has the aura of illusion magic. That's kind of all you can really see with your detect magic.
Oh, there's something here. Interesting. We might have to get this checked out when we're in Ravnica. Unless one of the others might have a tool to see it better than I can.
Yeah. That's kind of what you see there.
I'll I guess I'll head out. I'd actually look for Nichek or Blackwell, whichever I run into first.
Okay.
I'm on the roof.
I'd say Blackwell's probably going to be the first one that you encounter.
Probably if I've been trying to sleep a
Avril's
lot
immediate
longer.
See this here,
actually-
Blackwell? I'll catch Blackwell up on like everything I've noticed about the map. There's some kind of magic on this, some kind of illusion. There's more to this map than meets the eye.
Really? I didn't realize that there was some kind of illusion attached to this. Let me see here. Can I cast a spell magic on it?
You can if you like. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
All right. Am I? What is this in regards to? Am I identifying it?
I'm checking to see how familiar Blackwell would be with the
Magic on the map.
like effects of the magic and how it works. Okay,
20.
yeah. So you kind of your first reaction is to go to cast dispel magic on it, but then you kind of hesitate for a second and realize that this could possibly destroy the ink or whatever's on this.
So the ink is magically placed on the map.
Something's magical about it, and you know that if it is the ink, that it could possibly destroy it.
We need to find somebody that can see beyond the normal.
I would ask Dodwell. Perhaps the magic flowing through the ink can match the magic in the ley lines.
Okay. So I'll tell you, Avril, that if Blackwell comes to find you, you pretty much immediately know that they're not really connected. Like it's probably more of a you can't sense any connection between the mana and the whatever's going on with this map.
Okay. And then I would be like, have you tried just getting rid of the magic?
I think if I do so, we'll destroy the ink.
Rana knows the place, yeah. So it's just a general map. We know where the X is. Why do we need the map?
I mean, at the same time, why remove the ink if it doesn't have any connection?
It could also be that the X is
Oh,
It's
might
not.
be
Maybe the X isn't the real X. Maybe the illusion magic is hiding the true X.
this. Maybe that, or maybe there's like a magic word. Try abracadabra, and we could go with boom. I don't know if that one will work, but we can try it. Yeah, those are just ones off the top of my head.
I know that some creatures have the ability to see things beyond like what we can see. Perhaps we can just hit one of them up when we go to Ravnica.
Yeah, we could. Jeez. I don't think Jace has that kind of sight.
A certain dragon boss of yours does, though.
Perhaps. Be kind of hard getting him to do something else for me, unless it is directly connected to Bolus. Though this might be.
Well, like he likes science. Well, like he likes science stuff, so you just say it's for science.
Well, all of you not like science stuff.
Can I hear this conversation that they're having?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Ooh,
You can
10?
hear the mumbles. Like you can't really make out what they're saying, but you can tell that it's definitely Runner and Blackwell and Avril having a conversation. But you can't really make out what they're saying exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I may or may not have a lantern that sees invisible shit.
I forgot about those. Doesn't
Yeah.
somebody else have one? Unless they sold it.
I had one in my backpack in my room.
God damn it! You still have those?
Yeah, we ended up. We got 2 lantern revealing. I didn't get rid of mine either.
Yeah.
I was talking about the broken ones.
No, Una had them, but I think she left those in Strixhaven. She never got them fixed.
You did.
Well, yeah, no.
Do I notice Nichek watching?
If you guys are outside, you can roll a perception check. I'm gonna have it be a disadvantage though, because he's like up.
Up high, and we're not really trying to pay attention to it.
He's also been sneaky his whole life. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, luckily you kind of having figured out that Nichek was likely the one to throw it. You've been keeping aware of your surroundings to see if he's listening in or anything, and you do spot him kind of peeking over the archer guards on the top of this tower that you've placed.
I'll wave him to come down.
I will come down. Walk over there, killing all the grass in the process.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Avril was like, oh no, wait.
I'm going to shout out to.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I was was like, no, wait, we'll go up, and then I like,
You know, we could really like hire you to like clear forest land to make roads.
Yeah, I suppose that's a positive thing.
You want to spend the rest of your life just walking through wilderness to make roads?
Not particularly.
Yeah, then we're gonna have to do something about that. That's untenable for any other job.
Okay.
I want to shout out to Dodwell that I thought he was a crow and not a duck.
Well, you see, I very much enjoy being in somewhere that I can swim in, not die. There's no ghosts in this water. It's fine. Come on in.
You happen to have your lantern on hand?
Yeah, it's in my backpack. Pop it out.
I'll go ahead and catch him up on like what I did in the room and how I detected it, and then Blackwell like took a look at it. We asked Avril and all that, so he knows what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I just turn my lantern on.
Okay, as you do, you kind of like put the light up to the map, and you kind of see this red ink start to wash over the page as you put your lantern on it. What it reads is a little story. It says, 50 years ago, the notorious Captain Kane and his crew, the High Water Howl, took a galleon full of gold and treasure. Kane couldn't dock into any ports with so large a prize, so he sailed east to the Tertiary and Isles. One morning, the crew woke to find a shimmering isle not marked on any of their maps. As Captain Kane steered his men toward land, he exclaimed "Land ho!" and steered his men towards the island. As they approached the island, they suddenly found themselves in rain so heavy it blinded and wind strong enough to pull a sailor overboard. Suddenly, giant tentacles blasted out of the depths, ravaging the vessel. And within minutes, the High Water Howl was beached onto the island with shredded sails and holes in her sides. Luckily, none of her treasure was lost to the treacherous waters. Captain Kane split his surviving crew into two groups. The first was left on the beach to start repairs on the galleon, and the second followed Captain Kane into the island's heavy jungle to hide the treasure. Once seaworthy again, the High Water Howl set sail for the island of Kalaman, southeast of Jamora, with a small portion of the treasure, leaving the rest hidden somewhere on the island. As they left the island and cleared its reef, the island faded and disappeared. Some say Captain Kane and his crew spent the remainder of their days looking for the island and the lost treasure.
Do you know who Captain Kane is, Runner?
Would I have ever heard of that?
Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
Nope.
No idea. Nope.
Yep. Never really had an interest in the history of sailors and pirates.
Which is a lie.
You just hear Runner say, "Arr!"
I'd be a pirate on my spare time.
Yeah, that's kind of what you see on the back of the map as you guys shine the lantern's light over it.
Well, that's interesting. The treasure is very enticing. I wonder if there's anything in the treasure that we could use.
Perhaps.
Treasure's always nice.
I'm very interested in the idea of disappearing islands.
I'm kind of interested in the tentacles.
You would be. I've seen those magazines you read on your nightstand.
I use them for art. It's practice.
Working on those arms of Hadar, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder for you to hide your face now that you don't have the mask. You look as like, yeah.
White slaves.
I didn't know Lich Face could blush.
I'm being serious. I like knock on my crotch armor. Like it's not what you think.
Yeah, that's a shame.
It's tough to get the angles. So the tentacles, it's curvature.
No, it is exactly what I thought.
What? Okay.
just decided not to ask any questions about the armor.
Probably a good call.
Cardomancer
not worth it.
is a it's a
So you guys
homebrew
find yourself soaking
wizard
in the sun on this somewhat
subclass.
peaceful island here.
Hey, you assholes
We
want
still
some food
use
or not? I
still use
made
intelligence.
I'm interested.
He's just like zooming through the water trying to beak fish.
Like a dolphin.
He's using his like.
If
He's
you're
kinda,
looking
like,
for new
touching the mana
games,
to like kind of move the currents with him, so he gets a little bit extra
yes,
speed.
there
Yeah, go ahead and
is
roll
our
we'll just survive our nature check with advantage.
the looking for games channel.
What screen just went all over the place? Okay, there it is. I like clicked and my screen went like to the bottom of my screen, like it like pulled itself out of frame.
Weird.
Well, let's eat and then to Ravnica.
Sounds good to me.
Then I suppose we'll come back here after we settle what we need to in Ravnica.
Well, we can look into this captain or so, that maybe there's something at the Ghostfire HQ library. We'll see if they got any information on it. Maybe there's something in the treasure we could use. If not, then it might be better just go to Ixalan.
I was basically trying to just practice to use the mana in finer control.
Go ahead and roll me 1d8, Avril.
Okay. Just like at school, every free moment is used for training.
Best in class. Best in class.
Yeah. As you're kind of like maneuvering the water around you to try to lure these fish within the grasp of your beak, you kind of move around and you are able to catch 6 different fish.
Hell yeah!
No,
Like,
fuck.
out just like.
None of them are like super big or anything or something super special, but they are fish nonetheless.
All that mattered is he did it. That wasn't about what fish he caught. He'll eat them nonetheless. You guys have seen what he eats. It doesn't matter as long as it's meat.
Avril, do you want me to cook those for you? Never mind, he's eating them out of his beak.
Oh, yes! You did it! Did you see that? I was like,
Did you just eat that like a seagull?
He didn't even
There are
bone it.
more birds in you than I thought.
no, yes. I've learned some tricks. Some birds do it better. What can I say?
So we will
Blackwell,
now
I think he's
call
part duck.
we will now call Mr. Avril the throat goat.
That's one of those things when you just say it out loud, it takes on different connotation.
Yes. It's like, I don't understand what that means, but whatever. I figured out how to do some water things. Getting better.
So you guys kind of sit around enjoying your nice breakfast that Una has whipped up. The day is young.
When Una hands Nichak his portion of sushi, she kind of wrote out a little bit like, I miss my brother. Like, underneath in the sauce.
Ooh.
But she
How's,
does it
Una's
very
hair?
like slyly that no one notices it.
Yeah. Who puts the fish on top of it? How's her hair?
It's a little more fiery than it was before, but it's still got little ashes in it.
Okay.
Thanks, sis. Oh,
What did I tell you?
Una. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get there. Hopefully. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. And she briskly walks away.
All right. So after you guys enjoy your breakfast, you guys said you're going to head to Ravnica.
Yeah, there.
Yep.
I think that's
Okay,
the
this time no
plan.
getting distracted. We're concentrating on our dorms at Ghostfire.
Damn, and I thought I was going to sneak off the Rakdos without you guys noticing. All right, fine.
Did we not choose one central place instead of all of our dorms?
In the common room between our dorms.
Okay.
I'm down for common rooms.
I did get a long rest, right?
You did.
Okay.
Kind of.
I just want to make sure we don't like appear in the middle of a crowded area.
That'd be so funny though. He's just like on his back, just like kicking. He's having a good time. He's like, "Can I just wait here for you guys?" Yeah.
You start to feel a little bit of sweat kind of starting to hydrate this very long, dried face that you now have. Yeah. As that is mentioned. So you guys kind of stand in the center of this hand that rises out of the island here. Kind of start to perform your ritual that you've done a couple times. The last one worked pretty well. So you're pretty confident in your abilities. You guys start to focus on the ritual at hand, and the reality starts to bend around you in a very familiar way. You start to kind of feel this weightlessness that you're accustomed to before you blink and you find yourself in a bustling city street.
Who got distracted?
Oh.
It was probably me.
Avril! You.
I'm just assuming that it doesn't matter specifically where, as long as we focus on the plane. It seems like maybe there's places in each plane that we travel to.
I guess it's worth bringing up to Jace.
Can I investigate for any marks or something that indicate
the posture check
that like the blind eternities have been traveled through other than by us here?
Sure, you can roll
signs of other planewalkers.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check. I'll give you advantage.
You could look for that.
Are we on a mana convergence point, maybe?
Let me see. I will get to you in just a second, Avril. Blackwell, you kind of look around, and
well, thank you, Jeff.
It's a few feet away from about 10 feet away or so from the group, but you do notice that there is a kind of charred mark onto the cobblestone road that takes the shape of your token here. On the ground. This trident-looking symbol.
Bingo. Runner.
Yeah.
I found this symbol here. I believe it's connected with the planeswalkers.
Oh, you think these are like some kind of homing beacon for when we travel?
I believe because we are not planeswalkers ourselves yet, that we have to travel through doors the planeswalkers have already used.
Yeah, like a path of least resistance kind of thing. That's possible. We should definitely check into it, though. research it.
Well, isn't researching part of the reason we even came back to Ravnica in the first place?
Indubitably.
So, all right then, look into that too. I'll add it to my list. And pulls out a little parchment, makes a list.
How bustling is this street?
It's pretty bustling. No one's like, you guys are kind of off like near some buildings, so you're not on like the center of the road. However, there is people moving back and forth down the road, uh, like getting to work and stuff. You kind of look around at your surroundings, Nietzsche, and you realize that you're in Precinct 2, where the most of the guildless live. Um, Anxiety starts to build inside you as you see all these people walking around, and you start to realize what the implications of this truly mean.
You burned out your mask charm back in Strixhaven, right?
Me?
Yeah.
100%.
Wait, so what's happening?
You guys are standing kind of over near some buildings, a little bit off the main road, but you can see people, walking back and forth through the roads, presumably to get to work. As you kind of look around, though, you notice that there's a large swath of them heading towards the southwest direction, more than the other directions.
It looks like either people are all headed to work at one big place, or there's something going on right now.
Can I snag one person's arm as they go by and be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, you do. You can grab one. You grab him on the arm. You kind of pull him into the group, like off the street, to question him, and he just kind of like freezes, and he's like, and then you see blood start to drip out of his eyes uh, before they pop, and you hold a lifeless body of a man to
What
just grab
the
up his food.
fuck?
I didn't
Admiral!
do it. It was not me. He came like this.
You grabbed him really hard.
I mean,
Can I do some
hang
sort
on,
of?
hang on. And I grab Nietzsche and I kind of move him away from people.
What are you doing?
You think it's Nietzsche?
I didn't do that.
Well, what else? No, well, really? Like, you kill grass and a tree. Maybe being around normal people might also be just as bad.
What? That's crazy.
I don't
You-
know. Avril's holding a dead body.
You really think I did that?
Not on purpose.
Brenner, you have a good passive perception. You kind of look down at the blood pool from the body, and it seems to almost be like slithering towards where Una pushed Nietzsche off to the side a bit.
I'll gesture at the blood and go, "Yeah, I think you're right, Una. I think it's Nietzsche."
Fuck.
Okay, that means you're not suitable to be around normal people. How far? Can we tell how far it is from Ghostfire?
Yeah, you kind of use your memory. You've been around around the entire 10th district before. You know that you're pretty much on the opposite end of the 10th district. It's going to take a minute. I forgot to get back to Apple about the ley lines. I will look at that right now.
I also wanted to ask Blackwell if he could save him.
Okay.
Because Abel's very not okay with us.
Would we be within, say, a mile of Ghostfire?
We're on like the complete opposite side of the city.
We're very far away.
Yeah.
For brought back in blind.
So I'll show you guys here on this map. I think I moved you. Yeah, I did. So you guys are currently right here, and you know that the Ghostfire headquarters is over here.
Low CR.
As far as the crossing of ley lines and such,
How do we get you safely back to fucking Ghostfire?
How far away is Ghostfire? Like, would I be able to reach it with my teleportation?
Also,
What is-
what are we gonna do with this corpse?
Una lights it on fire.
Oh, what?
That's
What? It's a corpse. What do
Avril
you
wouldn't
expect to
let
do
you
with
do
it?
that. Avril would not let you do that. This is an innocent man. He picks it
Burying
up
him.
and he starts to bring it to the nearest church.
Ugh.
So Avril's gone.
Yeah, Avril will be gone a while.
I'm going to teleport. I'm going to ask Nichek where he wants to go, and offer to teleport him there.
Okay.
Do you think it's safe for me to go to Ghostfire?
Honestly, I don't think you should be left alone.
I mean, I
There
think
are
Ghostfire
more-
might be the only place. If we can be around you, then it might have something to do with the strength of people that are within a certain distance of you. Ghostfire is full of strong people, so we definitely can't have you around normal people.
I mean,
Also in your room. Then if you're in your room, nobody else will be able to get in there unless you allow them in.
So, Avril, real quick, you are just a little bit south of a crossing between blue and green ley lines, but it's
It's not a complex area.
no, just a crossing between those two.
So Avril is not happy about it. But he knows he has the best chances of bringing someone back to life with Celestia. So he'll go deal with the dryads to try and get this guy revived.
Okay.
I'll check the Ghostfire.
Okay. So how far is your range for your teleportation stuff?
I believe it's 500 feet.
500 feet.
Yeah, it's not even getting close to Ghostfire.
Well, I
Yeah,
could get him down into the sewers.
I think
I
you
can
could
give
get.
him.
You
I
could
can
prob-
do it 3 times.
Well, you could get him down into the sewers, and then Nichek knows the sewers.
I don't want to leave him in the sewers with Golgari. Rather.
No, I'm not saying leave him in the sewers. Use the sewers to get over to Ghostfire till you're within range of another teleport, and then teleport him back up into his room.
I mean, we could teleport into the sewers and then teleport right back out. But I'm saying like I don't even want to travel in the sewers.
Oh yeah, the Golgari are not happy with him.
I mean, they're not happy with me.
Yeah, he didn't do anything to piss him off. He just disappeared.
Yeah.
And we haven't even been gone more than a week.
Yeah. I mean, then why not travel through the sewers to get where you're going?
I would just rather
Okay.
try to avoid conflict. Like teleporting to
I
the
got
roof
an-
would probably be better.
I got an idea.
Then you're just throwing people in the upper.
As
I'm gonna ritual cast Phantom Steed,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna get
Well,
up
it's also-
on.
you
I'll
could
get up
also
on
speak
Phantom
to-
Steed. I will reach out for Knee. Come on, hop on here with me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Fly on the steed, and go into the air and use that to get to Ghostfire.
Did you just make a Pegasus?
I did just make a. I just made a peg. I made a Pegasus. We're gonna fly that to Ghostfire. It goes
Okay.
like 10 miles an hour, or 13 miles an hour at a fast pace, and I can make it fly for 10 minutes at a time. So I can just pump slots into it until we get there.
Yeah, I think you could probably get that with one slot of it lasts for an hour, you said?
The steed lasts for an hour, but fly only lasts 10 minutes. So I might have to put multiple fly in there.
Yeah, it's probably gonna take you 2 fly spells to get over there. But that is a you do manage to if Nichek, if you hop on, then that will probably get you there. Yeah.
For
you
sure.
guys
I'll fly directly for our dorms. Hold on, and then I'll take off to the air.
all right. An interesting ride, for sure.
I've
really
never
me
used
and
this
Una.
combination of spells before.
So that would leave me and Una. I guess we'd head off to the diamond store.
Yep. Go to a jewelry store and see if we can find a diamond or something.
Okay. So
Split them.
We've split the party. Yay!
I'm gonna give an inspiration to Runner and Avril. Runner, that was a really cool use of the spell, and
Yeah, it was.
Avril, that's a good noble thing for you to do. Very fitting for Avril, I think. So
Oh, thank you.
I'll take it. Thank you.
I forget to give those out a lot, so I just kind of pop in my head. So
That's pretty creative. I like it.
I think Avril's pissed.
yeah,
Avril
maybe.
is
Yeah, he does seem kind of angry.
going to be not coming back for
Yeah.
a while.
He looked at me like I just killed his child.
I mean, yeah, you are like killing people and plants everywhere you go. He's kind of
Yeah.
a nature guy.
I mean, they were gonna die eventually, right?
I mean, that's fair, but like everything doesn't usually die at the same time.
Like, just because, like, yeah.
Yeah, you know, usually death and
I get
life
it.
kind of come in tandem. This is just death.
Yeah. I feel alive though.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, you definitely probably feel alive. Like we made it through hell and back, literally.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I still feel really good. Like, can I tell you something?
Sure.
I don't really care that I killed that guy.
I mean, okay, to be fair, between us, we've killed quite a few people.
Yeah, like it seems like it's like, oh, hey, shit happens, like
Yeah. I mean,
But-
how many people did you have to kill as a Golgari assassin?
oh, a few.
Yeah. I mean, that was a long year. I know I did a lot of shady stuff for Demir.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, is this really like so different? Yeah, I mean, maybe there was like no reason for that guy to die.
Yeah. This
but,
is
like,
random violence usually isn't our forte.
I have a question for Randy.
mm-hmm.
Is this like a unusual feeling to knee check, or because I know it's like actually his nature now, but does it feel weird how vastly different it normally is? Like
I'm gonna
just
have
how
to-
quickly it changed.
I have to interject here and say that that is a question you'll probably have to ask me, Jack.
Ooh.
Yep. Okay.
Oh.
But it is also something I would like Randy to think about in the meantime.
Okay. That said, Runner and Nietzsche, you guys are making your way over.
Yeah.
Towards the.
I would say this knee check is as far as that goes, it is sloppy. Like we're usually a lot cleaner than this, and I think that might be a problem.
I mean, like, it was kind of that guy's fault.
Just because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I mean, kind of.
I mean, that's fair, but like everywhere in this plane is the wrong place at the wrong time. People die everywhere for all kinds of reasons.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna shed tears over it, but at the same time, if we're trying to do something discreetly and people keep dropping dead around us, that's not discretion is out the window.
If people start dying when we get to Ghostfire, I think I can just leave. I don't really know how, but like I feel like I feel like I can get out.
I mean yeah, you can. I mean, we both learned skills to be able to do that well.
If that happens, come find me in the sewers.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Well, I mean, you know where I live.
Yeah,
that's where I'll go. If people just start dropping like flies,
that's fair. Okay.
I'm gonna dip.
Okay, but I will have you know this: it might be a little complicated if I try to go get you, because me and the rest of our compatriots went into Golgari territory and killed a lot of people right before we left last time. I don't know if like anybody remembers my face, but it could get complicated.
Well, okay, where should I go then?
I think let's try to just stay in the dorm area until we can do some tests to figure out
Okay.
Works.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna cut in here and switch it over to Blackwell and Una real quick. If you guys don't mind.
No,
Yeah.
100. Take it.
Okay. Okay. So Blackwell and Una, as you guys kind of just realize that everybody's gone and you are here for a purpose, you start to walk off out from around the buildings. You kind of glance over at where all the people are going, and immediately it hits you that, or you realize that there is a large structure that has been erected just at the southwestern edge of Precinct 2 that was not there before. It's this large, like, citadel looking thing that has like these green lines that go through it. It's kind of like this large stone structure. Seems to be like people flocking there, and you can kind of look in the distance and you can see like a ring of people starting to form around, like with their hands interlocked around this structure. It's odd.
What
Yep.
the fuck is going on here?
It's very strange. Something, um, something of that size would take a lot longer than we were gone to build.
Now, planeswalking doesn't mean that we time traveled, right? Because that's gonna kill a lot of it. For me, anyways. Or at least the enjoyment.
And
Damn! Anyways, we should really go find that diamond.
yeah, um, yeah, we can come back and investigate this afterwards.
yeah, yeah, because, like, how much more time do we got on Brecken here? Or at least to
It's
get
been
her.
3 days, I think. I only think it's been that. It's been like 2 days.
Yeah, it's been
Um,
2 days.
and we get like 8 with the spell.
Okay. Yeah, I want to come back and look at that later. I mean, there's so much shit on my list. Well, it's like we gotta resurrect Brecken, we gotta research in those items to, kill the dragon, figure out what plane we're gonna go to next, and then, of course, then there's the whole thing with Nichek's mask, which is, so much trouble. Maybe we shouldn't have come back here right away. Why am I second guessing shit?
At the same time, the people that might be able to give him something to go against that might be here.
That's true.
Between the Simic, the Izzet, and the Selesnya.
Rakdos won't have shit for him. They honestly like death.
The Rakdos and the Golgari would probably be the worst ones.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, let's make sure Rakdos don't notice that I'm back either, okay? And Una's gonna pull her hood up a little bit.
You should still have your master on if you want to use that.
Nah, I don't like
on
using that.
standby. Yeah. Um.
I like saving
So-
that for when I'm actually trying to cause trouble.
Don't forget about your little pig now.
Oh, I haven't. I'm not going to start chaos here when we got work to do. Maybe in the next plane I'll do it, but no, not here. No.
Well, it could
Besides, I think we got enough chaos with Nichek's issues.
It could make for a good distraction if they show up.
Good point. But then how do I get the pig back after?
I believe it just summons the pig, right? It doesn't. We don't actually leave the statue.
Where did I put the pig?
Transforms into the pig. I don't. I think you guys would know that from seeing me use it to make the Sargon, to make the pig.
So as you guys are talking and walking, you do end up making your way into Precinct 1, where you know in Precinct 2 you're not going to find much in the way of diamonds and such, but you do come across a little shop named Bless and Bestow. Looks promising.
Okay. Ching ching. That's the sound of the bell on the door.
Yeah. You see like an elderly lady kind of sitting behind the counter, and she says, "Oh, hello. Can I help you?"
Yeah, we are looking for some diamonds.
Oh, diamonds. You guys have coming to the right place. I'm trying to find the price of these.
Getting married, are you?
Oh shit.
This guy would look weird. A dude in bandages, 7 feet tall, and a young chick with gradient hair.
Radiant fire hair. Yes.
So she kind of like pulls out some boxes onto the counter and she says, "Are we looking for rings, amulets, stones themselves? What are you looking for?"
Blackwell, you know exactly what we're looking for, right? I've never done the thing we're about to try.
We really just need the stone, but I need 300 gold worth of diamonds.
300 gold worth of diamonds. Well, she says, I do have this, and she kind of pulls out a box that has a lock on it. She jingles her keys around, unlocks it, opens it up, and it's kind of set with like this black silk cloth inside of it. She pulls out this very large stone of pure diamond. It's got a slight blue hue to it. So I do have this. This should cover it, but it's gonna be pricey.
Oh, how much?
Well, judging by the purity, is gonna run you about 5,000 gold.
5,000 gold.
Oy. Una just politely shakes her head. Maybe this is not quite the place that we were looking for. I mean, we heard their prices were expensive, but come on, rip off. She is so pretending she's more pompous than she is.
I'm going to eye the diamond closely, and I'm saying I'm not quite sure of the purity of these diamonds. My compatriot here knows a bit more about that than I do. I'm kind of hinting at Una to do her, deceptive tricks to get a
The
discount.
start value, yeah, yeah. Can I hold that for a second? I just, purity is one thing, but I really need to see this. Like, hold it in my hand. It's really worth 5,000 gold.
Okay. She says, I'm afraid I cannot let you just hold this. It's quite a valuable possession. I can't risk it getting stolen.
Okay, how about this? Can you at least let me touch it?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
The tip.
Oh shit! Who said two?
No, I said just the tip.
Just the tip. Hey, hang on. Where is yeah, I'm going to use my magical guidance.
Okay.
Oh, much better. So that's a dirty 20.
Kind of looks you guys up and down for a bit, and she is. If you can show me the coin, you can touch it.
Una jiggles her coin purse.
She kind of looks at it and she says, "Well, let's see it. How much do you have? How much do you have?"
I have just a little over 1,000.
She
I
says that.
I have 1,148 gold.
Okay.
I have I think around 2,400.
Okay.
Is it 50 gold per platinum? I thought it was 10.
Wait, is it 10 gold per platinum? Yeah, it's 10 gold per platinum.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 2,400 is what I got.
Okay. You guys slap some bags of gold onto the table. It's a heavy thud, and like kind of you hear the coins jingle around. She says, "Oh, those bags sound kind of light."
Yeah, but if the diamond isn't even worth it, then the lightness should be more than its value.
I'll let you roll another persuasion check with disadvantage.
Ah,
It's a terrible way to blatantly fucking talk shit about someone's product.
ooh.
Okay. She says, "Okay, I am very confident in the quality of my diamond, but I'll give you a quick touch. You get 2 seconds." He says, "Ready, go." She
And
holds it out for you.
Una touches it and it immediately casts distorts value.
Ooh, okay. Is that an instantaneous spell?
It is.
Yeah, okay.
It's a touch spell.
Very good. Okay.
And so for the
Interesting.
next 8 hours, it looks like its value looks diminished, like there's dents and scratches and other things. And it's like Una then goes, I feel like a crack or something right about here.
Um,
Definitely cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
what
Is it really worth that much?
what components are required for that spell?
It's just simple voice, I think.
Just
Vocal.
verbal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she goes,
Yeah, just the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you make a contested
we did, Darth.
deception roll against her
We did.
insight roll.
All right. Deception is my game. Let's go. I'm gonna use magical guidance again.
Okay.
Shit.
13. 13.
Okay, so it's +7. It's a dirty 20.
Dirty
Yep.
20.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's not who left. That's not who left.
Let's see. On roll 20.
Roll 20 is slowing
It's
me
not
down
loading.
today.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Okay. Maybe. Okay, we'll do it this way. That's not a good roll.
Nope.
She does get advantage because she is so not any much better. Let's see what her modifier is here. I don't think it's
Okay.
gonna do it.
She's just got a piece of 20.
Yeah, so that is a +3, so she got a 10 in total.
Lady
So that's
getting
not gonna
got.
Not gonna do it. So yeah, you're able to
I mean,
cast your spell. She says, "Let me see that." She looks at it. She says,
it's not our fault we're the
"How
wizards.
did I miss this?"
Apparently, it's not worth 5,000. But how about this? I'll give you 1,000 for it because that is not as pure as you're trying to claim it. And upping the price like that, that's bad for business.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check for me.
Yeah! I am +7 in intimidation.
19. Okay.
This is Una's game, guys.
Blackwell's now an accessory.
Okay,
You
this is a little,
encouraged Una in a way. You did.
No, not at all. The spy and the assassin should
reducing
not be
its
the
perceived
ones
value
like talking
by
about
half. It's
whether
helpful
or not.
losers. So
the one life.
the lowest that it
Yeah.
can go in value is 2,500. She will firmly be against giving you it for any less than 2,500.
Okay, we can cover that.
You want to go halfsies since it's my friend we're trying to raise.
Yeah. See, Blackwell's like chaotic good, so doing this kind of shit to bring somebody back to life, that's totally good.
That's
Yeah.
very.
All right. Well, I only have 1,148, so I'll drop all of that for it. Brecken's worth it.
Well,
Bro.
You drop 1,000, I'll do the rest.
Bro.
All right. And she counts out 1,000 gold coins.
Let's not do that.
All right.
We don't even know if this is gonna work.
Damn.
But Una blames herself right now. She needs to bring her friend back.
So you guys have just purchased a 25-carat diamond gemstone right now.
Big brain.
So basically, the way that math adds up is it's 200 gold value per carat of said diamond. So you essentially have, whatever 5,000 divided by 3 would be 300.
Yeah. It's a good deal. Every time we cast it, just a little bit of the diamond goes away.
If you can find a way to break it up, that's 16 uses of.
Yeah, that's
So.
1,666 repeat.
Yeah. So.
Well, let's go to the Izzet Guild, and they should be able to cut diamonds there.
All right. Yeah.
Do
Let's do that.
And I'm going to go ahead and give you inspiration too, because that was a very good use of your bard skills.
Oh my god, you did that so good.
Yes! Una getting what she wants.
Yeah.
Cheap prices.
Yeah. So this spell is Revivify. It can't revive someone who's died of old age. It will heal their wounds, but it will not restore missing limbs.
Well, she's all in one piece. She's just charred.
Yeah, so it should heal the charring. That's so like Dottie asked me about the dude with the eyes, and I was like, if I bring him back, he'll be blind, and I'm not going to do that.
So how long does that spell take to cast the Revivify?
Revivify.
I think it's 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like that.
Yeah.
So before I cut over to Avril, what he's got going on, where do you guys intend to go after this?
Oh no, Revivify is an action. It's instant.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of broken.
Rejuvenating and other things that actually, because Revivify only brings you.
Yeah.
So it's not broken like other revivals.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very limited revival. It's the first one you get. But we got to go to the Izzet Guild to cut up the diamond first.
Yeah.
Okay. So while you guys head there, I'm going to cut over to Avril. Avril, you lead off towards Precinct 3, towards the Vitugatsi, the giant tree where the dryads reside. Not happy about it, but it's what must be done right now.
Not less happy about what happened.
Yeah.
Please let it be a dryad. Please let it be a dryad. Please let it be a dryad.
So knowing Ravnica pretty well by this point, you know that Precinct 2 isn't very well maintained by the Azori Senate, so you're not too worried about guards stopping you and asking you what's going on, at least in this precinct. But something's different than the last time you were in Ravnica. You kind of are walking for a while before you start to hear this buzzing noises, like coming from like around you, and you start to notice and you see one of them fly by. It's this like little orb with like wings. Think of like the thing from the Quidditch ball from Harry Potter. Yeah, the snitch. It kind of looks like that, but it's a little bigger, and it's like this constructed little thing, and it seems to be like following you, like a group of these things.
I'd want to see if they're connected to the mana at all.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like try to gain a feel for it. You kind of like close your eyes and breathe for a second to meditate on it, and you don't
Definitely
see any connection to it. It's just
wheeling and dealing.
it seems like these are artificially created.
I just ignore them. Keep going.
Okay. As you continue on, you pass your way through the wall that leads you into Precinct 3, just inside of the housing area of the precinct. You're definitely getting some weird looks now in this precinct. Is there how are you carrying this body?
Just like a baby, walking
Like a baby.
straight through everybody. Anybody that I would see, I'd be like, "Where's a church for revival?"
Okay. So you everybody kind of seems shocked and tries to kind of avoid you as best as possible, but one guy kind of this like halfling guy comes up to you, says, "Did I hear you look for a revival?"
Yes, I am.
Okay. Let me something real quick.
Why does this remind me of the Southwell Rise Again guy?
Okay. He says, we got a big old revival going on down at the altar of Reverie, just north of the road here.
So you were telling me at this place they are reviving people. Like I can take this man to be revived.
You're darn tootin'. Whatever he did, I'm sure he'll be forgiven.
Oh,
That's
wow,
awesome.
revival.
Down by the river.
All right, you have 5 seconds to get out of my way before I step on it.
Yeah, all right. Don't mind me. He kind of steps
And then
away.
he just walks past us.
Okay. Yeah, you continue on your way after the distraction. You've noticed that
Take him straight to the guild master. If nobody answers my question, I'll walk right up to the fucking into the guild, like the main hall.
The top of the tree.
Top of the tree.
Yeah.
I know where the bosses live, and that's where I'll go if I have to get this done.
Yeah, there were 3 dryads.
I know,
sure.
Runner.
You can hear me in your ear, like Runner's smiling. Wherever the fuck he is, he's definitely smiling right now.
It's on the back of his neck.
So, as you continue into the kind of common area,
Brother's just
here,
flying
you
on a Pegasus right now, loving life.
are making your way through and asking people along the way if there's anyone that can help out. You do see a couple of conclave soldiers talking to some of Azorius guards. Haven't quite noticed you yet. Do you want to approach them too, or they seem like a pretty good resource to help? But there could be some.
Yeah, I'll just walk up to him. What is for revival? Preferably no triads.
The members of the conclave, they all look to be centaurs. They kind of look down at you, and they kind of like are leaning on their weapons, and they kind of just slowly start to put them in their hands. The Azorius arresters, they kind of, you can see them grab their swords on their side. So do you mind explaining what this is?
I would love if I could. I was asking him a question. Eyes exploded. He is dead. Now I'm trying to fix that. Now, which way to where I can get him revived?
I might be able to help you, but you're gonna have to tell me, did a guild send you for this, or is there any other guilds involved?
I'm in the group, but nobody else is involved with this. This happened on the street. There was not many witnesses. And I decided to be the one to step in since everybody stood there like fucking idiots and nobody did anything. I do not know if this man deserved to die, therefore he does not deserve to die. So I want to fix that. And you magic people can do that.
You see him like start to snarl as you mention the gruel. You see his partner or whatever he is has almost halfway unsheathed his sword by this point.
I would advise against that.
He says, "Oh yeah."
I'm not here to fight. I'm here to save.
One of the centaurs kind of places his hand over the arrester's hand and kind of pushes his sword back into a sheath. He says, "Perhaps we should hear him out. He seems to mean well."
Because I would have slowly started to draw mana to myself at that point in time and like let it start to swirl around my feet.
Okay. Yeah, he says, I think he might be telling the truth. So, and says, "Oh, all right." Says, "Well, who do you know then?" He says, "Perhaps, uh, hold on, I got myself.
Oh,
I had to grab a note real quick. Da, 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 da. Says, okay, we'll head over to Galen Dorsey's chapel. Perhaps he can help." And he the group starts to lead you, like give you an escort to a chapel just to the west. The resters kind of are like, "Step aside, citizen, official business," and they kind of are surrounding you as you lead up to this chapel. When you arrive, you see a male elf dressed in priest robes, and he kind of has this. He seems too chill about everything. Like he's just kind of going with the flow. He says, "Oh, hello, friends. What can I do for you?"
I like walk right up to him and then just fucking shove the guy into his arms and be like, fix it.
He kind of like drops him. He's like, "Ooh, if we're only that easy." He says, "What?"
You know magic things. Do it.
Yes, but it requires certain components. So he says, "Could I ask what happened to this poor soul?"
I grabbed him, asked him questions, and his head exploded.
Uh-huh. Was there magic involved in these questions?
Oh, well, no, I just asked him what the tower was. I don't think there was magic involved in the questions. Is that how you guys do magic? You just ask questions? Like, hey, fire, you want to make a ball and explode? Is that what you're saying in that weird language?
He says, he kind of like puts his finger up and he kind of bends down and he kind of drags his finger across the base of the bottom of his eye, and he like gets some of the blood on his finger and he like smells it. He says, "Oh, this is foul blood." Because I am sorry to inform you, but I don't think there is any saving this man.
Then who can do it?
It's, I don't know that anyone here could. Perhaps the Orzov could help you.
Orzov. That's I
So,
would recognize that right off the bat, right?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know kind of their ways of doing things.
I'd be like,
We did help the new lady in power get her position.
all right, I might have a thing. I just like reach down, pick him back up, be like, by the way, you have arms like a little girl. And he turns around, just walks out of the room. And
Some people just don't understand. As you walk out, the guards are like, well, citizen, we have other matters to attend to. Um, one of the arresters kind of like writes down something on a scroll and it starts to glow blue. And he kind of rolls it up and he's like, take this with you. This should give you a pass if anyone was to stop you. But we have other things we have to go do.
very good. Thank you for your help, officers. Now, continue keeping the people safe. And then he just like kind of snaps his heels and then spins around and goes away. He used to be a guard, like, so he gets it.
And you continue keeping the people safe, or I will find you.
Or I will find you, kill you, please. But don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, you do hear the one that was kind of making moves at the mention of Gruul. You kind of hear him say, hey, "Keep your friends out of here," and a couple of his buddies start to chuckle.
I would like freeze a patch of ice underneath his foot so he slips as I'm walking away.
Yeah, you hear him, oh, and then thud on the ground as he kind of so the other two start laughing at him.
My job's complete. I just keep walking.
All right. Yeah, you carry on over towards where are you headed to?
Going to the Orzov, the head of the Orzov, who helped.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Kaya, okay. All right, so you start heading over to Precinct 1. It's going to take a little bit. Blackpool or Runner and Nietzsche, you guys have definitely made it to the Ghostfire headquarters by now. What do you guys do once you get there?
See if anybody dies.
Yeah. Before I land, I'm going to make sure that there's nobody close by, and then get as close to the dorms as we can, and so we can try to slip into our section of the dorms.
Just park the horse next to the window.
Yeah, you kind of know about this park that's like the rest of the students at the Prism University don't have access to because you can only get there through the Ghostfire hallways. But it is open to the air above. You kind of swoop down into that park and land. Yeah, there's no one next to you in the park necessarily, but yeah.
Well, it looks like there's a lot of plant life around here. I mean, that's not the worst, but it's not the best. Let's try to get you in quick. Come on.
Yep. And I hop down and run after Runner.
Okay. Yeah, as you do, you can notice that the flowers that were on a very beautiful arrangement has started to wilt as you pass by. But you do make it inside of the hallway, and you can hear footsteps coming from down the hall.
Ooh,
Moment of truth, I guess. Open the
hey,
door.
who's that? Who's over there?
You see a you hear a female voice call back. She says, "I'm sorry, excuse me," and you can start to make out the figure of an elven woman walking down the aisle, dressed in green robes.
Please stay back. My friend has a ill effect that seems to affect others that come too close.
I'm sick.
Well, perhaps I could take a look and see what's going on with it.
The last time somebody that was new got within 5 feet, they died.
It was gross.
It was really gross.
And you're not dead, so what does that make you?
That's a good question. We haven't really tested this yet. I'm just not willing to make you a guinea pig.
This is my bro.
He kind of stretches his very well, and she starts to walk the other way.
I mean, do you think she could have helped? I mean, do you know anything about magic?
A thing or two.
I mean, you can come over here. Just know that it's at your own risk.
It's without getting too much into detail, like hypothetically, how affluent are you with curses?
She kind of stops and she says, well, let's just take a look. And she kind of closes her hand, and you guys are immediately pulled down to the ground as you didn't notice these vines started growing up your legs and kind of grabbed onto you and pulled you onto the ground.
I think she might be powerful.
Do they stay alive?
They do.
Okay.
They do.
I won't resist. I'll let her take me to the ground.
And she kind of comes over and like steps over you, and she says, "Now then, did you? So who are you, and what are you doing in my halls?"
It's really good you still have eyeballs.
Yeah, that's great. That's I guess that's one experiment.
I'm Nichek. This is Runner.
It's nice to meet you. Our rooms are right down there.
Yeah, we do. We've been here before. I wore a mask, so I probably look a little different now.
I did wear a shirt a lot.
I kind of talk different now too.
You hear her say something under her breath. She says, "Perhaps you should have left it on."
Oh no, that's unnecessary. I'm sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, it is pretty well. Better than the mask, but it's rough.
That's all I know.
Oh, you are the new planeswalkers that Jace told me about before he left.
Oh
yes, yeah. I was just about to bring up Jace.
Yeah, Jace told me where to get this.
Okay. He didn't expect you to be back for a while.
But he didn't expect me to be back at all.
Really? Set us up for death?
I mean, I kind of mentioned that a little bit.
Yeah, when he told me where you're going, I didn't expect you to be back either.
Wait, he told you that we wouldn't make it back?
He said it was a strong possibility, but look, we're fine. We did it.
What? Look, we need to have a conversation about honesty. If I'm gonna put it all on the table, you need to put it on the table too. Can you loosen these vines? This is a little tight. Usually, this kind of thing I like to keep in the bedroom.
I feel kind of at home. I'm gonna be honest. You can leave mine on.
This is the hallway.
She gives you this strong glare, Runner, and she says, "Well, that is inappropriate." And she kind of, and then the vines sink back into the floor. She says, "Well, your friend's definitely cursed."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we figured that out already.
Yeah, I've been cursed for a long time. Like, what's up?
Technically or metaphorically?
Well, I guess both.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. You do put your nose where it doesn't belong a lot.
Yeah.
She kind of scoffs and she says, "Well, you two have a lot left to learn, if you don't mind."
Straight A's, Strixhaven. Straight A's.
I was, average to B. We'll just leave it at that.
She says, "Well, you two take care." She kind of like heads down the hallway.
Wait, you don't think you can help us out?
I think you'll be on my help, child.
Well, that's not good.
Can can you cut my vines too if you're like going to be leaving?
Yeah, she kind of like both of them had fallen off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You tell her you like it, she takes them off quick.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's good that she didn't die, right?
That's fair. Okay, that's one, right? So maybe
So
Ghostfire is a good place to be.
maybe
Not-
maybe it was just that dude. Maybe
I-
he just
yeah.
sucked.
Well, I do think it was because he sucked, but it wasn't because of like, there's a lot of people that suck. Let's just leave it at that. Honestly, most people suck.
I mean, yeah, that's. Do we miss them? I don't think we do.
We don't enjoy the attention that them dropping like flies would bring. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, that makes
We
sense.
both
That
of us
makes
are
sense.
very precise weapons, and we've lost some precision. We need to solve that.
Yeah, that's fair. So should we?
Honestly, if this person couldn't help, she kind of like brought
She
up a good point. Maybe we should see Jace.
she did say like my halls. Like, should we know who that was?
Honestly, we never really took the time to check and see if there was anybody that was in control of the dorms.
Hmm.
Really just treated this place like a hotel. I was rarely even here most of the time.
I mean, have I? So okay, have I ever seen like a picture of this lady like up in the halls anywhere, or like, is there any way to try to put a bead
Are
on
you getting a
like?
crush again?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just checking.
I don't think
I
so.
hope not. Ugh.
Go ahead and roll.
She had like a
We'll
matron
see.
thing going on.
Go ahead and roll a history check with disadvantage.
She was way too mom, and not like in a mommy kind
Each
of
chick
way.
will be over there like, mama.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
a dirty 20.
Yeah, you kind of thinking real hard. You think you may have seen a picture with Jace. I'm not sure if you've heard of Chandra before, like Nietzsche himself. I don't think he's heard of him. A lady with like fiery hair, similar to Una, really. The elf that you just saw, though a little bit younger version of her, and a large, a very stocky gentleman donned in white and gold armor.
Surely seems more Avril's type than yours.
Yeah. What? Not. I mean, she was kind of cute, but like.
Is that hands across Ravnica?
That's the Citadel.
Sorry. To the stream, we're looking at a picture of a bunch of people holding their hands up in the air, making a line down a wall.
Yeah, I can put it on the screen.
Well, she's there. We go.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Not suspect at all.
Well, let's. I guess we'll see if we can. Should we hide out in the dorm? Do you want to hang out in the dorm? Do you want to go with me to see if we can find Jace?
I mean, if Jace is around, like, I guess.
Yeah, he does have the ability to go literally wherever he wants.
So, like, I mean, should I stay here?
I mean, I guess our rooms are grouped together. Do we know? Is there which room would be like toward the corner where nobody could potentially come close to the room?
Probably the farthest off, I would say, would probably be Blackwell's room.
Should we mess around at Blackwell's room?
I am terrified to go in there.
Yeah, but it's the furthest in the corner. It's the safest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Maybe not to say this.
I mean, if anything, we need to conserve this place as a resource. It's a great place to come back to get questions answered.
What if I just like stay right here in the park?
In the park? No, you're gonna kill all the plants.
Well,
it's a nice park.
I mean, they're already dead right here. Like, I'll just stay like right here.
I'm sure they got somebody that they could fix it.
Okay.
Are you trying to sneak off again?
What? No. I just okay. In the Blackwell's room. Fine.
Okay, now I'm like, this whole thing is making me suspicious. You
walk
sneak
in the
off a
black
lot.
room. If you walk in the Blackwell's room, it's completely bare. There's no decorations or anything like that. Just white walls and a bed,
Wow, this
and
is
maybe like a plant in the corner.
really Spartan. Is that even a real plant?
Let me check. I just
Yeah, I guess
walk
we'll
over
find
there. Does it die or is it plastic?
You walk up to it, you kind of grab a leaf. Seems good as new.
Obviously a real plant.
Oh, you think so? I'm thinking plastic.
It's a pretty powerful plant, I assume.
Really? You think powerful plant?
Or
It's a
maybe
hidden dryad.
Okay, it's okay.
You would like that.
It's
We've all heard the rumors.
All right, so I guess I'll just chill here. It kind of reminds me of Leafy.
That's it.
Well, I mean a little bit.
Oh, that would be a good thing to test. If you pull out Leafy from your cards, does Leafy die? Does card Leafy die?
I don't think so. I could check.
No, I mean, it's worth a check, right? We're here to learn.
Of course, the question is, has he drawn Leafy?
That is a good question.
I definitely have Leafy 2.0 in my deck.
Yeah,
Is it in your hand?
I'd say given some time, you could probably find one.
Yeah, I don't want to go through my whole deck because Roll20 is making my computer run real slow right now. But
yeah, no, I'd say you can find one.
Yeah, I'd toss it out. Does it live or does it die?
What's the CR on it?
Oh.
It's the advanced form of Leafy, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Let me check. It's above a 0.
And it's size large, is that correct?
I think so.
Sweet.
My whole computer's just running real slow right now.
It's all good. Mine's running a little slow too. Okay, here we go.
I assume the bedrooms are not very large.
Dorms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not that big.
A little dorm room.
Yeah, large plant, challenge rating 2.
Yeah, so as you throw the card on the branches that hang off from the top, as he kind of like rises out of the card, kind of like hits his head, and you see like a big chunk of a of a branch that kind of stems off of its head, pierce through the ceiling. You see like this like drywall substance kind of fall down out of the roof. And it's kind of just standing there.
Vine Lady's going to be upset.
I think Blackwell's going to be pissed.
You think Blackwell's going to be?
Well,
maybe look like you slept in here before.
I mean, that's true. Hey, thank you for that follow, by the way. Thank you.
Well, that's good. Why don't you hang out here with Leafy, and I'll go see if I can find Jace, or at least see if he's in.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan, I guess.
You do recall that the elf lady said he had left. You're not sure what left means in context, but
yeah, I guess I'll go jog after her to see if I can catch up with her and ask her if where Jace would be.
I'm gonna have you roll investigation. See if you can find her.
Blackwell's one? Scared. Oh, Blackwell's one? Scared.
Right. I just figured it because something like
Okay.
In there, some shit.
So you kind of look down the hallway where she was headed towards, You don't see her at first. You kind of are looking around, and then this hallway kind of loops back around to the park, and you kind of look outside the window there, and you see her. She looks furious. She's like picking up plants and like throwing them on the ground. And just kind of like looks around for a minute before she starts to kind of heal some of them back up.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Fine lady, upset about plants. Something to theme here. Did I get your name?
Was you the one that did this to my plants?
It was the aforementioned curse. I think we went over that. We're trying to solve that now.
She kind of puts her hands on between the bridge of her nose, and she's young ones, so difficult to deal with.
I get that
My name.
a lot.
I'm sure you do. My name is Nissa Ravane.
It's nice to meet you, and I'll put my hand out.
She kind of is hesitant, and she says,
I'm not cursed.
but I don't know where your hands have been. I'm sorry. And she kind of bows to you.
Oh. Well, that was fair. I did eat fish this morning. I'll smell. I guess I haven't had. Well, I took a shower last night. That's just rude.
She says, perhaps we got off on the wrong foot before. What exactly happened to your friend? He's playing with powerful.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. Okay, if I'm gonna trust anybody, I guess this would be the people. Jay seems like an upstanding guy. Okay, so here's the deal. We went to Innistrad. I'm sure you know what that is. Context.
Unfortunately,
it was pretty rough. We spent a lot of time running, no pun intended, and we went to hell, literally. We saw a demon. That was interesting. Saw an old teacher of ours, which is double interesting. Then my companion found a face in a crypt and put it on, and now he's got a new face. And I mean, there's more details. I don't think those are necessary, but that's the gist of it.
I'm going to back you up just a little bit in your story.
Fair enough.
You said your teacher, you came from Strixhaven, correct?
Yes.
And you've seen her on Innistrad.
Yes, I think I should probably bring that up with Jace, because it was somebody that he had asked us to look for.
Oh my God! I just realized back in early on when we got to Ghostfire, I asked about Onyx, and he was like, "I've never heard of that person."
That's right.
Dun, dun,
Yeah. Damn it. She says, damn it, I knew he was up to something. You just need to stay far away from her. She's dangerous.
The teacher or Jace?
The one Jace had you looking for.
Oh, so you if you know, then I guess you know. Yeah, okay. Yeah. She definitely keeps strange friends. I'll tell you that. Didn't
I remember you have that book.
Deal definitely went south. Yeah, so there was whatever she had been trying to work out, didn't seem too pleased that the demon had the face that is now on my friend.
So you stole this face from a demon?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that is one way of looking at it. It's not like it was on his physical possession. It was like we went into another room. There was a crypt, some cultists, and the face was in the crypt.
She said the demon had her brother's soul.
I'm not trying to get into too much detail.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing comes to mind in particular for reference, but no.
Well, I do believe the friend we mentioned, the one that was talking to the demon, did seem upset, saying that possibly that was her brother's face. It seemed personal.
Personal to Liliana.
Yes.
Perhaps I can help you then. Let's not to mention it to her if you see her again. And probably go the other way.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a great idea. Luckily, it doesn't look like what I assume her brother looks like. It looks very much like my friend's face. It's just kind of dead looking, but it's definitely his face. So maybe that'll throw her off. I'm hoping, maybe not.
Your friend looked like that before.
This is how he looked. Yeah, before he had the new face. It just looks much more dead than it did before, but it's the same overall look.
That's what he looked like before. I'm sure it's not much of a difference.
Yeah, we'll just not bring it up to her. We'll just, we didn't see nothing.
Well, let's keep this between us for now. Don't tell Jace you saw her, please.
Or you want me to tell Jace?
Yeah, it's probably best for him to not know.
Is there like a thing between her and Jace?
I'm afraid they've had their times, and for some reason he keeps going back, and she screws him over every time.
And she seems to have that effect on more than one person I know. Maybe we don't mention that to my friend Nichek. I think that might be upsetting to him. He seems to also have a bit of a thing for her, and same sort of toxic infatuation.
She kind of puts her hands out and she says, "Very well." She kind of puts it out for like a shake.
I prestidigitate my hand to make it extra clean and then shake her hand.
She kind of gives you a shake and she says, "Runner, you said it was. I think I like you. You're a good one."
Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Don't let that go to your head.
It already did.
Well, if you have any other questions, I'll be in the library. I need to
I will be headed there later, so maybe I'll meet up with you. But I would like to ask, if you mentioned Jace was away, like how far away? Ravnica away or another plane away?
Oh no, he left
Runner
shortly
and
after
library
Dogenbon
ladies,
took control of
for
the Azores.
sure.
Who? Wait, what? Has things changed that much since we left?
I suppose I kind of just got here. He just kind of filled me in.
Okay. You can help us with the Nichek problem. I guess we don't need Jace. I'll meet with you at the library later.
It's all right. If I'm not there, I'll be here in the garden.
Okay. I'll one of the two spots. I'll see you then.
I'll look forward to it. And
I'll strut a little bit as I walk out.
She kind of yells back towards you. She says, "And tell your friend to stay away from my damn plants."
That checks out. I'll absolutely do that.
Okay. So in the meantime, I'm gonna cut back over to Blackwell and Una. You guys were making your way to where did you say you were going again?
We're going to the Izzet just to cut the diamond.
Yep.
Right. So you guys make it over to the Nivix building where your laboratory is, Blackwell. Yeah, you guys head inside. Are you going to your lab or you're going somewhere else? What do you think?
I don't think my lab would have the tools for cutting it. We either need to go to a lab that works with minerals or that has like high pressurized water or something.
You can go to my old lab. I don't know if it's still running. Liv Mizzet knew that I was House Demir, but I don't know if he'd ever told anybody. So my assistants might still be working there.
The blacksmith lab. I think that was
it was
that
in
was
the
an overall
metallurgy.
lab too. So.
Yeah.
It was in the metallurgy place, and I had my own facilities. I think I had like 9 researchers and stuff there, so it should be a full forge and everything.
Yeah, Una's been there more than once because she was helping with stuff like
Yeah.
when we first got there, or, like the first year.
Yeah, you and Nichek helped with the spear, I believe, so you
Yeah.
guys would know where it's at.
Yeah, we can try there first.
All right, we'll go there.
All right. Yeah, you guys head into the room. You kind of, where Runner used to work. Wonderful. You kind of go to open the door. It's kind of like seems a little stuck. You kind of push on it a little bit, and it opens. And some stacked up pieces of scrap metal kind of move behind the door. You kind of push them out of the way. Place hasn't seemed to have been used in a little while. Kind of junk stacked up everywhere. There's a thin layer of dust all over the shop. But you do see a couple pieces of equipment for cutting and forging metal, things like that.
Ah, found what we're looking for. Although, damn, Runner needs to really have cleaned this place up before he, changed houses or whatever's.
It's like I'm surprised they moved his lab assistant somewhere else. They could have continued to work in here.
They could have, should have, but hey, we're just here to get what we need and cut up this diamond. You ever cut diamonds? Because I don't know.
Well, I know a
I'll do
blade
this.
thing.
All right.
So you go to clear off the table to kind of get a place to work at. You kind of brush it off to the side, and you see this faint glowing blue light.
Una goes and checks it out.
Yeah, you kind of rummage through the junk of metal around, and you find a little stone that looks something like this. Kind of glowing a little faint blue light.
See nothing.
Yeah, do you do anything with it, or?
I don't even see it.
Yeah.
Oh, bad. Try it again. It's on my camera. I have it in real life, not on the virtual tabletop. This right here. I don't know if you can see that at all. A little stone. It's got like a rune carved into it. Actually, you speak Draconic, actually.
Yes, I do. So I would know what that is, or what it says.
Let me see here. I'll tell you what it does say.
I love the fact that Una knows 6 languages. Technically 7.
It is the Draconic letter for F.
I think this is his fuck rock. No, it just has a giant F on it. Just wrote the black belt kind of laugh.
Yeah.
It's actually a friendship stone.
Could be.
Could be both.
Well, if he's messaging us, you might want it back.
I'll throw
I
it
ain't
in my
got the
backpack.
on it later.
Una's just gonna throw it in her backpack. I'll give it to him later when we see him again.
All right.
So, do we see any kind of like high pressurized thing for cutting minerals, or is it all metal work here?
It seems to be like all metalwork. It doesn't look like anything specific for like gyms and things like that, like a pressure cutter would be. But you do see like a grinding wheel.
That might work. We'll
Yeah.
shatter it, but it might work.
We could make it, in the diamond dust.
That would work too. It'd be a little harder to keep track of.
That's true.
But if we just shatter it and not completely break it down into dust, that should be fine.
All right, let's do that.
All right.
We start breaking the diamond.
All right. So you kind of try to turn on the drill, and the grinding stone. It doesn't quite come on. With your ingenuity, though, you kind of hook up some wires together to get the electricity going back in this place, Blackwell. It starts to spin up, whoever's trying to cut it first can go ahead and make roll a d4 for me.
Oh boy. You want Una to do this?
I guess I'll do it since I'm the lap guy.
Yeah.
No, that's one.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
Yeah, you press the stone just ever so gently towards the wheel. You start to get some dust to come off of it, but then you hear, and then the blade shatters and flies into the wall behind you, and it kind of leaves this peeled back piece of metal.
Okay,
All right.
so let's go to a different lab then.
Yeah. Let's go find somebody who knows how to actually cut a diamond.
Yeah.
Damn, I just hope that didn't take off some of the value on it.
There is definitely a small gash in the side, like not enough to really have cut through it too much, but it is like you can see a wheel has been taken to this thing.
Una will gather what little dust may have come off and just kind of like put it in her pocket.
Okay, you get about a quarter teaspoon of dust, which is equivalent to 2 pinches of dust.
Okay.
So that's worth 25 gold each. So about 50 gold worth of dust.
Sweet.
Dust.
Sweet, but also shitty.
So yeah, you collect them. Where did you say you guys are going to head next?
Is there a straight up gem lab?
I don't think so, but I'll double check.
I also just find a jeweler in town.
We
Could
just
do it.
tricked the jeweler.
We just kind of stole this from the jeweler.
I mean, Ravnik is so big, there's got to be more than one, right?
I also don't want to get gypped.
Yeah,
We just
Don't want to get cheated.
we just took a 5. Well, to be fair, the effect I believe lasts 8 hours on the diamond. So what?
still a
gashes and stuff
2,500
that-
gold diamond.
Yeah, it's still 2,500 gold diamond.
So there's a laboratory of pyrology, metallurgy, storms and electricity, orientation,
Yeah.
mimeography,
2,500.
continuism, gravitational inversion, and plasma dermatology.
Plasma dermatology. I think they would have a cutter.
Yeah.
Okay. It's worth checking out. Yeah, so you guys head over.
Wait, unless I'm thinking of like the wrong plasma. Is it like blood plasma or lightning plasma?
It says they place emphasis on the combining of opposing elements with the purpose of creating creatures called weirds. So
Yeah, a weird should be able to help us smash.
Is
Yeah.
there, within the metallurgy school, wouldn't there be like an individual lab that might specialize in ore, metals, and gems?
met-
Or is it literally just like only metallic ore in particular?
I think it's metallic, but there is also a laboratory of alchemy. I didn't mention that.
I think a jeweler's going to be your best bet.
Yeah.
Nature people. They just make the stones a little bit more. Old stone. A diamond is a stone.
Yeah, so what,
I can do that.
Technically, right? I mean,
It's not a stone.
I mean, it's a
Is it
gem.
a stone?
But
I
it's
think it would count. I think it would count as.
technically-
I think it would count
Not really.
because it has to be like loose stone.
Yeah, no, it's loose rocks and still. But then there's like the shape earth and things like that. And that's like anything. We're discussing whether or not like someone who has high control over earth, like elements, could just like make a diamond do what it wants with like mold earth and shit like that?
Well, difference between a diamond and a coal is just the arrangement of atoms.
Yeah, it's still a mineral,
Yeah.
which means like it's definitely in the nature category. So if you can't find somebody with a laser, maybe you can find someone who's really good at manipulating the ground.
Good point.
Yeah, someone can break it.
They don't even need to break it. They could probably like just pull it apart. Like
Just use the whole thing.
for one spell.
Yeah, it'll be
All
fine.
5 grand.
It'll be fine.
Well,
Yeah,
4,000
$5,000 for one little one-hit pixie. Yeah, that's gonna work.
You're saying Brecken's life's not worth 5,000 gold?
Oh, Una 100% thinks it's worth 5,000 gold, but she's not gonna waste 5,000 gold.
All right.
So while you guys are trying to figure out what you're going to do with that diamond, I'm going to cut over to Avril. Avril, you make your way inside of Orzova. You've been here before. It's kind of got a desk uh, with some guards manning it. There is two hallways that split off on either side, each leading to confessional booths.
I just start walking towards wherever like the signs that say like head priest, whatever. So there's like
Okay.
signage, right?
There is signs that are above each of the doors that you know of that say how much it costs to enter that confessional. Um, However, there doesn't. You know that there's not a clear way inside. Uh, you guys had to pull some shenanigans to get inside the last time, but you know that there are the guards at the front desk that might be able to assist you.
Yeah, I just like walk up and I show the little blue thing and be like, I'm here to revive this guy. Which way do I go? I'd like to
Uh,
talk to your bunks.
the one guy, there's two guards inside of this shack, like Orzov guards. In the center of them, there's a kind of a heavier set man dressed in these black and white robes that has this like weird headdress that comes up behind him. He kind of looks at you like he says, "Well, do you have enough to pay for that sort of thing?"
Kaya owes me a favor. Tell her Avril's here.
Hi, really? We'll see about that. Said your name was Avril.
Yeah, Avril Dodwell.
He kind of nods at one of the guards, and the guard looks at the other guard for a second, and he kind of just starts to head out the door in the back of the room that they're in. Um, as he opens it up, you can see the charred marks that are left uh, across the back of this room as you're waiting for him to return.
I kind of chuckled to myself a little bit. Oh, that was a good day.
But yeah, he steps out for a minute or two, um, and the heavier set guy at the front desk kind of is like, "So, can I ask what happened?"
Well, you can't do anything about it. The fuck does it matter to you?
Very well. He kind of sits there for a minute in silence before the guard returns with a high priest.
What an
And
awkward what an
he kind of
awkward
looks
bit.
around. He says, "Understand someone was looking for Kaya."
That is me.
It is you.
It's so awkward.
He kind of knocks on the door, and Kaya is escorted in by two other Warzov guards. And she says, "Oh, hello, friend. Long time no
Hi.
see."
Um. I would like you to revive this man. He was accidentally killed, and he did not deserve it. Therefore, he should not be dead. fix it.
Says, well, you've brought him to the right place. You're a good man, Avril. I hope your friends see that in you.
I do as well.
She kind of snaps, says, "So what are you waiting for?" And the guard kind of like stands at attention and goes to this like swinging door on the side to come out to you, and he grabs this guy and kind of like lugs him over the shoulder. He says, "Take him to Geralf, the high priest. He'll get him fixed up." He says, we'll take care of this, Avril. Do you know what did this to him? Any kind of clues on how we can speed the process up? We might not have much time.
I can tell you a powerful curse.
That's all the information you have?
I have more information, but it may put people that I care about in danger.
They can respect that. We'll do our best.
Thank you,
The guy says he's not getting charged, ma'am. Says, "Shut up." And she kind of winks at you and heads out the the door in the back.
Avril just turns and walks away. He's gonna go find a confluence that matches with like a place with some sort of nature, and he's gonna just kind of go find somewhere to like do some self-reflection for a little while because he really is torn. That was legitimately just what we talked about last session, was that you can't kill innocent people, or I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle that. And that was like the first thing that happened. So he's got to take some time to himself to think about some things.
For sure. Yeah, you kind of head north towards the nearest ley line of green mana. Kind of leads you to this sort of like janky little park on the outskirts, but it has grass. You know, it's a park nonetheless. Definitely looks like one of the conservation efforts put here by the Silesian Conclave, but people in the area have taken it for granted. But you do kind of look around, and you've noticed that the last time you were here, it was fall, late into the fall, but you start to see the flowers around you that are blooming. It looks like the beginning of spring is underway.
Yeah, he would just kind of find somewhere under a tree and just like prop up on it, and just he'd try and like feel into the mana and just kind of think to himself and um like because he just doesn't really know what to do because he really likes Nichek a lot, and he's just feeling like this is like a directly a confrontation of their points of view right now, because there was no like Una tried to burn the dude. Nobody else did anything, and that's an innocent man, and that's very against Avril's like point of consciousness. That's something he won't be able to get over.
Sure. As you kind of tap into the mana, the last time you were here, you kind of felt like all the different entities of mana were kind of pulling at each other. It still feels like there's a little bit of tension there, but it seems that whatever Niv Mizzet's been doing as Guild Pact, Living Guild Pact, since you've been gone, has seemed to even out the tension between the guilds a little bit. But nonetheless, there is this shadow that seems to be cast over the mana emanating from the plane. Yeah.
Can I like track where that's going? Because he's trying to do something like he's like he needs something to take his mind off of some shit. So
Yeah. Yes. So go ahead and roll me a straight charisma check.
Spent an item that gave me +1 on save. Oh. Darn. Well, not as bad as it could have been.
A 19, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was almost a 4, so I was like, that's why I was like, oh my god.
Okay, so yeah, you could tell that the shadow, as you kind of like open your eyes to kind of stare out towards the city before you, the shadow seems to almost be, you can feel it coming from the direction you came from in Precinct 2. Seems to be coming from that direction. Can't put a precise location on it, but it's over there somewhere.
And so Precinct 2 is whose district for the most part?
The guildless mostly reside in Precinct 2.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, he found his distraction. He's gonna head that way.
Okay. As you head off, Blackwell and Una, you guys are heading for someone that can cut up a gem.
Well, we don't need to cut it specifically. We can just crush it. We just need something strong enough. And we're going to the weird place, so we could easily get a galvanized weird to strike this thing.
That'll work for me. If we can find someone.
Oh, there should be galvanized weirds all over this place.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, you could easily find a weird that could help you. With your status within the Izzet League, the members of that laboratory would definitely be willing to help you. Let me find a galvanized weird.
I got one here. I don't see how to post it.
Well, if you have a stat block, if you want to roll it. I was gonna have him roll a slam attack to hit.
Woo.
22. Okay. So that is just enough to really do some damage here. Okay, go ahead and you got the damage there for it. So 10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll this. It's got a total of 19 hit points that it needs to lose before it shatters. But this does leave a good crack in it. You can see the cracks kind of form all throughout the crystal, but it hasn't quite broken off. There's a couple little chunks laying beside it, but it's still mostly intact.
Do you think the chunks would be enough?
Yeah, you could tell that there's two good chunks there and a few small bits. I'll count the small bits as another pinch of gold or a pinch of diamond. The other two, I'd say, yeah, I'd say you get two carats, one each in the different chunks there. So about a carat each. So that's about 400 gold's worth of diamond.
400 gold, and she has 50, so we just need a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So how much are you looking for?
300.
Yep.
So yeah, you have a combined total of 475 gold worth of diamond that's broken up into chunks. But if you use the two big chunks with the 400 gold worth, you're going to be losing 100 gold worth of diamond.
I'm fine with that if you are, Una.
That's fine. We got
All
the
right.
steal off this thing anyway.
Yep. So
I mean,
so
I'm
how
Very
good with
much gold are we
true.
using?
bargains.
We're using 400 gold off of it.
Yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, so that'll leave you with 75 gold worth of diamond dust. If you guys want to mark that in your inventories in whatever fashion you'd like.
I'll just put it in the chest, Una.
Okay.
So are you guys going to be performing this spell here, or?
Yeah, I'll perform it here.
Yeah, Blackwell has Brecken's body in his pocket.
All right. Could you post that spell into chat for me? We are getting close to time here as well. 3 years old. Same. Because die within the last minute. Yeah, so luckily you have cast Gentle Repose on the body, keeping it in this semi-comatose or preserved state of freshly charred pixie. But you start to run your hands over and start to chant out to the blind eternities to try to draw life back into this creature. Like the smallest tear comes to your eyes. You're not really sure how this type of magic works, or not completely convinced that it does work, but it's the best you got. The fire in your hair is kind of simmered down to almost an ashy state. As you kind of look gravely as to what Blackwell's doing, but kind of runs his fingers over the small body of Brecken, and see this color start to come back to her skin as this gold dust starts to kind of flick off of her wings, and you kind of see a slight twitch in the wing. She kind of like slowly opens her eyes, and she meets your eyes as she struggles to lift her eyelids.
Brecken, sweetie.
She kind of like lets out a cough, and this little bit of gold dust kind of comes out. And
Una will immediately scoop her up and give her like a bunch of little like kisses all over. Like, oh my god, you're alive! Yay!
she kind of lets off a small smile as she kind of like shrugs, and kind of you hear this little giggle come out from her.
I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry.
She's going to be tired so let her get plenty of rest.
Well, definitely. You are not going anywhere, Missy. You're staying right here in Ravnica. You got that? Because you are going to rest to recover, and I'm just so sorry.
Kind of smiles and like rubs your hand as you're holding her, and she kind of points up towards Blackwell.
Thank you, Blackwell.
You're very welcome.
By the way, the whole time Una's doing this, she is blushing like a freaking mad woman.
Okay. Yeah, so your friend is back alive. You're not sure how that.
Girlfriend.
Yeah. So yeah, she kind of like nuzzles into your hand as where do you guys want to head next?
We said we'd go check out that tower. I'd also like to meet back up with Running.
Okay.
Should we go meet up with Runner first and then check out the tower thing, or should we check out the tower thing first? Honestly, I'd like to get Brecken to my dorm room so she can rest.
Yeah, we can start heading towards the rooms, and meanwhile I'll cast Sending to Runner until we're done.
Okay. I think he may be out of reach of sending. What's the range on that? Well, nonetheless, you could probably cast it when you get close enough anyway.
I think message is the one with the range. I think sending is just you have to know the person.
Yep, you're right. So that will work.
25 words. What do you say?
Yeah.
Say, Brecken's back, heading to Ghostfire. Want to investigate tower.
Over.
Over. You do have a response you can give, I believe.
Oh, I can respond?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. It can answer in a like manner immediately. Yeah. So you do have a response of 25 words.
Let's see.
Or less.
Knees in Blackwell's room with Leafy. Met somebody interesting. Remind me to tell you about vines. Will be heading to library later. That's 20.
Okay. Very good use of your short word span there. Cryptic.
Yeah, I got a lot of that.
Add a baby, add a boy. If anybody's old anybody's old enough to remember.
Shout out.
Oh
Shout out to the elders.
To the 1-800 collect.
Yeah.
Add a baby eats a boy.
Who should I tell him is calling? Add a baby, add a boy.
So meanwhile, we have Avril going over to Precinct 4 to check out whatever's going on there. Blackwell and Una, you guys are heading towards Ghostfire. I'm going to give Runner and Nietzsche a chance to tell me what you're going to be doing before we call today's session.
I would like to just be working on that fear card some more. Just putting some time in on that. I'm not risking anything about leaving the room or anything like that. So that's just I'd put some time into that.
Runner would go and check back on Nietzsche just because, he does have a tendency to run off, and I don't know for sure if he decided to stay this time. If he's there, then I'll tell him I ran into that Nisa woman again down at the garden.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm going to see if I can meet up with her in the library later.
Oh, Runner in the library again.
Hey, you know what? I didn't put that together until right now.
I mean, I'm happy for you,
type?
man. I mean, I definitely have a type.
I mean, to be honest, it was the vines did it.
I felt that.
The library is just a bonus. You gonna be okay here though?
Yeah, I should be fine. I'm gonna keep trying to figure this whole thing out, and yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be the princess in the tower.
Sounded like Blackwell and Una got the stuff that they were looking for taken care of. and then I think they're gonna head to
What-
see some tower. I don't know
what-
what that meant.
What did they do?
The little ferry. Remember, that's where they're going to
Oh
get
yeah, the one that died.
whatever they needed. Yeah, the one that died, the dragon killed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they brought it back.
yeah,
Oh well, that's good. That's good.
yeah. I mean, that's a thing. Like Blackwell can do that. He just needed the, right ingredients, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they needed to do that, but okay.
Una's got a thing. They're friends.
Yeah. I mean, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it got one shot, so I mean, like, is it? What's? Anyways, yeah. Have fun in the library. I'll wait here.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. I'll think about that later. Anyway, I'll be back, and then I'll take off to go to the library.
Okay, runners head towards the library. All right, guys. Well, that was a very productive shopping episode of Ghostfire, but
The most productive shopping episode.
yeah,
We took a whole shopping episode and bought one thing.
one whole thing. The pricey thing, but one thing. nonetheless.
We bought two things. We also
What was the
bought
second thing?
a random guy's life.
Oh yeah.
I
I
mean,
don't know if we paid much for that.
that was
It was
free
kinda freebie.
99.
Yeah, it was a freebie. The eyes popping was a little disconcerting.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah, I wonder if it's interacting with your suit, and that's why the blood was getting pulled toward you. The combination
Oh,
of
the
blood
suit
magic and
trying to
lich.
eat the blood.
Yeah, maybe the two curses are kind of like melding.
If you want to find out what's going on, make sure you tune in next week. I don't know what's going on, so I'll be just as surprised as you guys. You guys are dope. Thank you so much, and yeah, have a good one, guys.